everyone. I'm Kevin Nelson. Here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from the Vatican. In an effort to reactivate interest and commitment to reconstruction efforts in Haiti, the Vatican is organizing a one-day international conference in Rome on January 10, 2015. Nearly 5 years ago, Haiti was hit with a devastating magnitude 7 earthquake, and they are still trying to recover. According to estimates from the Haitian government, 230,000 people were killed, 300,000 were injured, 2 million displaced because of the earthquake. Monsignor Segundo Tejado Munoz, Undersecretary of the Pontifical Council Cor Unum, along with Cardinal Robert Sarah, the council's outgoing president, traveled to Haiti recently for the inauguration of a new grade school. Monsignor Tejado said he saw positive changes in Haiti since he was last there in 2012, though he emphasized it was very slow. He also said he saw a very lively church, one that had become a sign of hope and a social force in Haiti. Participants at the conference in January will include Catholic and international aid agencies, as well as representatives from embassies to the Holy See. It is being organized by Cor Unum and the Pontifical Commission for Latin America, along with the bishops of Haiti. In news now from around the country, in the wake of the grand jury decision not to indict a New York police officer in the chokehold death of Eric Gardner on Staten Island, the New York City Commission of Religious Leaders is asking that any protests arising from the matter be peaceful. In the statement, the commission said that demonstrations can be a constructive part of the process when they call attention to essential concerns and mobilize individuals and government to act. Those protesting the grand jury's decision argued race was a factor in Garner's death because he was black and the officer is white. The religious leader's statement did not comment directly on Garner's death, the grand jury's decision, or the initial protests, but stated as they move forward, there needs to be work done to avoid destructive violence, build trust, and create a more just city in which the dignity of each person, as made in the image of God, is respected and enhanced. A majority of the signers of the statement were Catholic clergy, including Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York and Bishop Nicholas DiMarzio of Brooklyn. In news from around the world, as the new liturgical year and Advent begins, so does the hope for peace in the Middle East. Recently, at the Christmas tree lighting in the port city of Jaffa in Israel, Arab Christians pray for unity among Jews, Muslims, and Christians.
Israeli Christians open the Christmas season with their annual tree lighting ceremony in Jaffa, a port city near Tel Aviv. Some participants called for unity in the region after a year of attacks, death, destruction, and war.
In these opportunities, we see the unity between Jews, Muslims, and Christians.
This is the best example for all the citizens of Israel to see how people can do things that we can really take people from all the natures, Jews, Muslims, and put them together. This is the tree, lightning tree. I wish that this can bring peace to our land, to Israel, to Christians, Muslims, and Jews.
We go back to the Vatican now. It is expected that a conference will be held at the Vatican on December 16th, in which time the final report of a 5-year Vatican-ordered study of communities of women religious in the United States will be released. In a recent interview with the Detroit Free Press, Father Thomas Rosica, head of Canada's Salt and Light TV and assistant to the Vatican spokesman, said the top 2 officials of the Congregation for Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life and 3 leaders of women's congregations were to take part in a presentation of the final report. The visitation of U.S. women religious was initiated in 2008 and looked at 341 congregations covering nearly all of the roughly 60,000 sisters in the country. Only those nuns who had lived in cloisters were exempt. Father Rosica told the Detroit Free Press that the final report of the findings of the apostolic visitation also was expected to be made available online. The visitation of Institutes of Women Religious in the United States is unrelated to the ongoing Vatican-ordered reform of the Leadership Conference of Women Religious. And finally in the news, a new exhibition of Western European artwork portraying Mary during the 14th through the 17th centuries entitled Picturing Mary, Woman, Mother, Idea is taking place at Washington's National Museum of Women in the Arts December 5th through April 12th. The works are predominantly from Italian museums, churches, and private collections and have never been on display in the United States. Catholic News Service talks to two professors from the Catholic University of America about the significance of this exhibition.
The wonderful upcoming exhibit at the National Women's Museum here in Washington, D.C. is about Mary, woman, mother, idea. This wonderful presentation will provide viewers who believe and love Mary and those who are not yet well acquainted with Mary a chance to immerse themselves in this wonderful message of this young woman who said yes to God, gave birth to our Savior Jesus Christ, who liberated us from sin. And this engaging story is told through sculpture, through many beautiful icons from the world over, things that you would have to travel to Florence, to Vatican, and the Mediterranean to see these realities.
And if you were going to assemble a who's who party, cocktail party of all the greatest artists, they're inviting them all to come. So Raphael, Michelangelo, Durer, Rembrandt, so there's some, it's mostly Italian, and mostly Renaissance and Baroque. A few delicious surprises, Caravaggio's Holy Family with the naked and adorable angel, wings unfurled, honoring Mary. It's really kind of got every wonderful thing. So it's pretty exciting, actually.
And that is all the information we have for you at this time. I'm Kevin Nelson. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.